When I was 12, I thought my life was going to get better. My dad remarried, and I thought maybe, just maybe, having a mom again would be nice. But it wasn't. It wasn't nice at all. What I discovered about my new stepmother, it still chills me to this day. This is the story of what happened when I realized she was hiding something from me. Something dark. At first, she was normal. She was kind, friendly, even funny. She cooked for us, made sure I did my homework. I didn't think anything was wrong, but things slowly started to change. I can't put my finger on exactly when it started, but I noticed it. Her smiles began to feel forced, like she was pretending to be happy. It wasn't just the way she smiled, though. It was everything. She'd stand in front of mirrors for too long. She'd stare at herself, like she was talking to someone, but no one was there. It made me feel uncomfortable, but I didn't say anything to my dad. I didn't want to sound crazy. Then came the night I'll never forget. It was late, and I woke up to sounds in the dark. At first, I thought I was hearing things, but then I realized it was my stepmother. She was whispering. I thought maybe I was just dreaming, but then I heard her clearly, whispering in a language I didn't understand. She was standing by the window, facing it, not even looking at me. Her voice was low, but there was something about it that made my skin crawl. It wasn't like her usual voice. It felt wrong. I wanted to call out, but my mouth wouldn't work. My throat felt tight. And then she said something I'll never forget. Stepmother's voice, whispering, "Don't tell anyone or I'll take you with me." After that night, things only got worse. I started hearing her laughing at odd times. But it wasn't the kind of laugh you'd expect. No, this laugh was off. She'd laugh to herself. And when I asked her what was so funny, she would just smile and say nothing. I started to feel like I was going crazy. Was I imagining this? Or was something really wrong with her? Then, one evening, I decided to follow her. I needed to know what was happening. She went into the basement. I stood at the top of the stairs, just listening. I couldn't hear her words clearly, but she was talking to someone. I wasn't sure who, but it wasn't just herself. There was someone else down there with her. I cracked the door open. What I saw made my heart stop. There was a man standing there, tall, with dark eyes that seemed empty. He wasn't speaking, but I felt his gaze on me. It was suffocating. And then, my stepmother said something that made me freeze. Soon. She's almost ready. I didn't know what that meant, but I knew it wasn't good. I ran. I ran back to my room as fast as I could, too terrified to even think straight. The next day, I couldn't look at her the same way. I knew she wasn't who she said she was, but I couldn't tell my dad. He wouldn't believe me. That night, I packed my things. I didn't tell anyone. I couldn't. I just grabbed my stuff and left. I went to my dad's friend's house, hoping he would understand. I never went back. I couldn't. I didn't want to be her next victim. To this day, I don't know what my stepmother was doing in that basement. I don't know who that man was, but I know this much. She wasn't human. I still wonder what would have happened if I hadn't left. Was she planning to take me? Or was it something worse? I don't know. But I do know that sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones hiding the darkest secrets. Stay safe out there. Trust no one.